this was some time ago. Like someone said a while ago, they said, Bishop Nathaniel, you said there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. If you listen closely to what I said, oh moron, I said back then, which was 5 years ago, we were not in Jacob's trouble at that time. Listening is an art. Listening is an art. So let's read it again.
Go ahead.
We, Deuteronomy 28 showed that we would have gone through slavery.
Yes.
We'd have gone through oppression. What is next to happen to us? Liberation through Christ, or will there be something else, another form of slavery that we will go through, another tribulation that we'll go through before Christ established the kingdom? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. What's going to happen?
Will there be, yes.
What is going to happen before Christ makes
Returns.
his second coming?
Is there going to be another
There's
persecution?
going to be war between the nations.
Yes.
Okay? The European Union will crumble. Okay? They will despise and fight against Babylon the Great, which is the United States of America. And it will burn America with fire.
So Europe is going to go to war
Yes.
with America.
Yes.
Yeah. But in terms of us black people now, will we go through another kind of slavery, another the tribulation that slavery was representative of?
Give me Noah, Matthew 24. You know what I want? So
In
Christ,
other words, what will happen to us immediately before Christ returns?
I'm going to show
As a
you.
people, as a race.
As a race.
Yes.
You know what I want, I
Give me that quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matthew 24. Come on.
Yeah.
As it was.
Yeah.
You got it for me?
Yes. Verse 38. Matthew 24, verse 38.
So to 37.
37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So that's going to be the outcome. We're going to be carrying along like la-di-da, like you're doing now.
So everything going all right.
That's
You
right.
know,
War will be going
carnival,
on.
excitement, and so on.
Then war will pop off.
So we
Missiles
as a
will come.
people will not go through an ethnic kind of a persecution.
No, not
That
at all.
won't happen.
Nope.
Someone said a while ago, they said, Bishop Nathaniel, you said there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. If you listen closely to what I said, oh moron, I said back then, which was 5 years ago, we were not in Jacob's trouble at that time. Listening is an art. Listening is an art. So let's read it again.
How do you explain Daniel 12?
Very
Daniel
good.
12 and verse 1
Yes,
says,
yes. Daniel 12.
there's
Give
a
me that.
time to come, at that time
Uh-huh.
shall arise Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people. This is talking about the Hebrews. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never has been since there was that nation of Israel till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name shall be written.
Yes.
This prophesies that Israel is going to go through something,
I'm listening.
a time of trouble such as never was. That means it is supposed to exceed, if we are the Israel, this should exceed slavery. This should exceed any horrors that we had gone through in our history. This is supposed to happen to whoever are the true Israelite people just before the return of Christ. To the point that the archangel Michael will have to stand up for that people called the true Hebrews.
Yes.
And you just said that what we are looking for is not something that will eclipse transatlantic slavery, but a liberation through Christ.
That's right. I'm going to explain it.
But the
gonna explain
the
that.
true Israelites
Which
will
is us.
experience another Holocaust.
No, I'm going to explain it to you. Revelation
Explain
11:11.
Daniel 12, 1.
I'm going to explain it. Well, I'm going to explain it with a precept that says the same thing.
Well, you
come
explain
on.
that.
Revelation 11, read quickly.
If we are the true Israelites, then something else according to prophecy is supposed to happen to us on a scale that will surpass what happened in slavery.
Just watch.
All right.
Come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11
Monsieur,
and
get
verse
out of
11.
this one now.
And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them.
That's us waking up again. This is what you see here. Spirit of life
what,
from
two
God.
witnesses?
Waking up. This is, yeah, with two witnesses of the two kingdoms. Come on.
Yeah.
And they stood upon their feet.
That's what you see now.
Yeah.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, because Israel's going to come back together, Judah and Israel. Come on.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither.
This is what you call the rapture. Come up hither. Watch this.
And
You
they
believe in all the
ascended,
rapture
Go ahead, read it again.
and they
still have some white
ascended
man doctrine
up
there,
to
though.
heaven in a
They
cloud.
ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a chariot. Here it comes.
Yeah.
And their enemies beheld
Our
them.
enemy's going to see us. Who's the enemies? The white man. Watch this.
Verse 13.
But you missed it.
Come on,
Daniel
wait,
12.
come on.
And the same hour
And the same hour, meaning the same time that we're taken up,
Yeah.
was there a great earthquake,
meaning destruction.
and
Right?
the 10th part of the city fell.
Meaning the 10th part of the city is going to be destroyed. This is the great thing that Daniel's talking about, which shall never been since the world began.
No,
Thermal,
this is
nuclear
saying Israel.
destruction.
This is saying the people of Israel. The people of Israel are going to experience a time of horror and a time of persecution and a time.
Where did you see persecution?
That's what it means.
What
And
is
there
it?
shall listen. There shall be a time of
Trouble.
trouble for that people, not just
Read this,
generally.
read it,
Listen,
read it,
man.
read it.
There shall be a time of trouble, such as
As
never
never
has
was.
been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time, your people shall be delivered. What
Yes.
it means is the
Destruction.
people of Israel had gone through.
Someone said a while ago, they said, Bishop Nathaniel, you said there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. If you listen closely to what I said, oh moron, I said back then, which was 5 years ago, we were not in Jacob's trouble at that time. Listening is an art. Listening is an art. So let's read
They
it.
had gone through destruction. They had gone through captivity by the Assyrians, by the Babylonians, and so on. This is prophesied that in the last days, they are going to go through something that would surpass that.
Mr. Boyne.
You don't have that.
Mr. Boyne.
If we are the people, you don't have that in your prophetic
Mr. Boyne.
eschatology.
Leave Bible interpretation to us. You don't have it. When you read 2 Peter 3, it talks about the great fire that shall destroy